You know, we live in this world that feels like it's just constantly on, always demanding something from us, always pushing our limits. It's a world filled with what you might call modern stress. So today, we're going to take a look at what all that constant pressure is actually doing to our bodies. Let's dive in and explore the 5 key ways this kind of stress can really impact our physical health. Does any of this hit a little too close to home? That feeling of your shoulders tightening up when you're stuck in traffic, or your stomach doing flips as a big deadline gets closer? Or, that low-level hum of anxiety about money that just never seems to go away. Yeah, these are the daily frustrations that have kind of become the background music to our lives. And this is the most important thing to get. While our bodies are absolutely incredible at handling short, intense bursts of pressure, the thing is, they just weren't built to be on high alert for hours and days and weeks on end. This constant, never-ending emergency mode, that's what we call chronic stress. Okay, so what's physically happening inside of us when we feel that pressure? Let's get into the science of it, into our body's brilliant, but let's be honest, seriously overworked system for dealing with threats. This right here, this is our ancient survival hardware, the fight or flight response. Think of it as your body's built-in alarm system. Now, when it senses a threat, and your body doesn't care if that threat is a saber-toothed tiger or just a really stressful email from your boss, it floods your system with hormones to get you ready for immediate physical action. And wow, that reaction is instant. Your heart starts pounding, your blood pressure shoots way up to get more oxygen to your muscles, and anything that's not essential for survival right that second, like digestion, it gets put on hold. It's an amazing tool for short-term survival. But here's the kicker. For so many of us, that alarm just never really turns off. So what happens when that alarm is always blaring in the background? Well, the machinery starts to wear down. So let's look at 5 specific physical tolls that chronic stress takes on our health. First up, the absolute engine of your body, your heart. This is one of the organs that really takes the most direct and immediate hit from a constant stress response. I mean, think about it. If your heart is constantly being told to race, to pump blood at high pressure day in and day out, that's going to cause some serious wear and tear. This isn't just a feeling of being stressed out. This is real physical damage to your blood vessels. It can even mess with your heart's normal rhythm, and over time, it seriously increases the risk for major problems, like a heart attack. All right, next, let's talk about your gut. Have you ever had a nervous stomach? Well, guess what? That is not just in your head. The connection between what's going on in your brain and what's happening in your digestive system is incredibly direct and very, very strong. Remember how we said stress puts digestion on hold? Well, when that's happening all the time, it can lead to everything from annoying stomach aches to much bigger problems like diarrhea or constipation. And get this is so important. Even if you are eating the healthiest diet in the world, chronic stress can literally stop your body from properly absorbing the vitamins and nutrients it needs to run. Okay, moving on to our third toll, and this is one that so many people struggle with, your weight. And that link between being stressed and gaining weight, that is not a myth, it's hormonal. The key player here is a hormone called cortisol. Now, when you're in a high-stress situation, your body just pumps this stuff out. And one of cortisol's main jobs is to basically scream at your body, store energy, store it as fat. And it's very specific. It really encourages your body to store that fat right around your middle, and can even tell individual fat cells to get bigger. And it's not just the hormones, right? There's also how we act when we're stressed. When we feel anxious or overwhelmed, how often do we turn to food for a little bit of comfort? We call it emotional eating, and let's be real, it usually doesn't involve reaching for a carrot stick. It's all about those quick, unhealthy choices that give us a little mood boost in the moment, but just add to the problem in the long run. The fourth toll is something that robs us of our ability to recover and recharge, our sleep, which, when you think about it, makes perfect sense. If your body is stuck in a state of high alert, it's going to have a really hard time shutting down for the night. This quote just nails the feeling, doesn't it? It's that awful experience of being completely exhausted, but your brain just will not switch off. You're just lying there, watching the minutes on the clock tick by, and your anxiety just grows with every hour that passes. For other people, it's waking up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing, and there's just no way you're getting back to sleep. And not getting enough sleep? Well, that sets off a really dangerous domino effect. Your immune system gets weaker, making you more likely to get sick. Your ability to concentrate just disappears, and your risk of making a mistake or even having an accident goes way, way up. It's a truly vicious cycle. And finally, we have the fifth physical toll. And this might be the most common and recognizable symptom of stress out there: headaches. Specifically, we're talking about tension-type headaches. So let's break down what this actually feels like. This isn't some sharp stabbing pain. It's that constant, dull, aching pressure. You'll often hear people describe it as feeling like a tight band is being squeezed around their head. And it's a direct result of the muscles in your neck, scalp, and jaw tensing up from all that stress, anxiety, and fatigue. So, wow. After seeing all the different ways that stress can show up physically, the really big question is, okay, what now? Where do we actually go from here? If you take only one thing away from all this, please let it be this: the stomach aches, the headaches, the sleepless nights, the weight gain. These are not just in your head. They are real physical symptoms of an underlying condition. Your body is sending you signals, loud and clear, and it's time we started listening. The path forward, it actually begins with a very simple but really powerful first step. Acknowledge that what you're feeling is real. It's valid. Stop dismissing it or brushing it off. And the second most important step is to take those symptoms seriously. Talk about them with a doctor or a healthcare professional, not just as vague feelings, but as real data points they can use to help you figure out a way to manage them. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. That daily grind, that constant pressure, is it just a normal part of modern life that we have to put up with? Or is it silently, day by day, rewriting the entire story of your future health? Just recognizing that connection, that's the first and most powerful step you can take to get back in control.